Hey Goobers, how's it going? And welcome to the end of 2023. It's been kind of crazy, right? I mean, I started this YouTube channel this year, so some crazy things have been happening. But like seriously, I thank you guys so much for watching like all my videos. It means so much that what I make impacts what you do as well, and sort of to celebrate sort of my, I guess that doesn't really have to celebrate anything. It's just me talking about my favorite parts of my YouTube channel this year. Now I did take sort of like a hiatus in like the middle of the year, but then obviously I came back with like 4 episodes, which I'm still very proud of. And I sort of wanted to just make like a 2023 awards thing just for my YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get started. There are six categories. They'll all be sort of chapters if you want to one specific category. But starting off, our 2023 Ben Talks Box awards show thing. We have the best video in my opinion. So what does this category sort of represent? It's sort of like my favorite video that I made this year. It's not necessarily like what like you guys thought was the best or what YouTube thought was the best. It's what I felt the most, I guess, sort of proud of. And so we're just sort of gonna do this like bronze, silver, gold sort of thing. So for our second runner-up, we have Lean, Mean, Evil Machine in 3rd place. I really enjoyed making this video. It was really like one of my first videos to sort of just pop off and sort of just become very like popular with you guys. And also I thought that like the skit was funny. I thought that me sort of forming a certain attraction to the figure was funny. But yeah, and for our first runner-up and in 2nd place is the best toy ever made. I mean, I've wanted to talk about like that specific Optimus Primal toy for a while. In fact, one of the first videos I tried to do, my goodness, it's probably like two years ago at this point, was an unboxing video of this Optimus Primal that I got like from Amazon, and like the box was like so busted, like you have no idea. But it was such a joy to finally talk about this toy that I love so much and finally was able to get like just a few years ago, and then to talk about it in depth. I really enjoyed doing that. And then so for the winner of the best video category for 2023 is Chic Freak. I feel so proud of this video, even though it is like my first one. I put so much effort into that video in terms of like scripting, research, and honestly I learned a lot about how to do videos from that video, like just learning how to do stuff, because that was my first like proper YouTube video, because like before I made just like something that doesn't really count as like a YouTube video, but this was like my first attempt to sort of make a YouTube video, and I'm still very proud that I was able to make that jump 10 months ago. That's crazy. And so the next category is also a best video, but this is Analytically. So this means essentially what was the best performing video that came out this year. And this is not really like opinion based at all. This is strictly stats based. And this was as of December 15th. So if you need any sort of reference, I mean that's kind of close. So for our 3rd place, we have So Close, which is a very appropriate name for being in 3rd place. I'm surprised how popular the 1st and 4th videos in the multi-pack miniseries were. You guys really seem to enjoy them, especially the next one, which I'm going to talk about very shortly. But yeah. And so speaking of that, in 2nd place we have Who Is This? And this was my big return after a 4 to 5 month hiatus, I think. Sorry about that again. But I did not expect for this to do well at all, especially after like being off of YouTube like for like a few months at that point, and I was just like, is this really going to do well? But then it's like one of the best videos I've ever done. So I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me to have this comeback and still be here. Then for our winner, for the best video analytically category is show or toy accuracy, which is better. And I think this is all because of, well, it's all because of a few factors. One, think that like the premise itself sets up well like what you're gonna think when going into this, because obviously I had both versions of the same toy, but then I compare the two. That's automatically kind of interesting. Then also sort of the thumbnail too. I'm so proud of that thumbnail, which that may spoil something in like the next category, but it's whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I'm very happy that I was able to get a video with that many views in my first year of YouTube. Like that's like, if you had told me that like 5 years ago, I would not believe you. So our next category is best thumbnail. This is essentially the thumbnail that I feel the most proud of, and what I think best, that I showed some of my best sort of thumbnail making skills on. So for our third place, we have the Ben Talks Bots Dracodon Transformers Review Skits compilation 1 through 10. And I sort of want to put this one higher, but you know, it's sort of like, it's, you know, you can't put like a compilation album at like the top of your list, right? Like you gotta like set some standards. And even though this thumbnail is good and I really do like how it looks, you know, it's not doing anything that like shows that like this is why you should watch this. I think it's a cool thumbnail, and that's why it's third place. It's just, you know. And for our first runner-up in second place, we have Even Bad Designs Can Get Good Toys. Yeah, I think this one in general is sort of the best in my thumbnail style, where I sort of have like, obviously have like the review background, and you have like a sort of splurge of action happening behind them, and then you have the figure. I think this one does it the best out of that sort of style. I especially like the orange spiral I added, sort of look like the chest. I think that was a good touch. And then for the winner in this category, I think I already said this already, but it's the show or toy accuracy thumbnail. Yeah, that was actually sort of the reason that I did the video, because I had this thumbnail idea in my head to do both of the Dinobots side by side and doing like a split down the middle. I was like, oh, okay, I have to talk about these guys, and I had so much more to say about them than like I thought I would. So I'm very glad I made it, and that's honestly part of the reason why the video did so well, in my opinion, is because of that awesome thumbnail I made. And for our fourth category, we have favorite figure I got this year. And this doesn't necessarily mean have to be like a toy that I reviewed this year. That's going to be the next category. But it's just sort of talking about like what's sort of the favorite things I got this year. And I didn't get as much Transformers as I did last year. I sort of put like a limit on myself a little bit, because last year I got a Metroplex, and he's a lot, which is a lot. Like going from getting like, I don't know, like two deluxe classes or something to getting Metroplex, sort of set myself into like a perspective that I sort of needed to change how I did things. So I didn't get that much, but that's okay. The stuff I did get, I really did like though. So starting off with our second runner-up, in third place we have Trash Master. Trash Master is just delightful. I love messing with all of, like the legacy Junkions a lot, but Trash Master especially like ticks so many boxes for me. Like, he's a garbage truck Junkion. He can become a dinosaur with the other Junkions, and I think that's really cool. And so for our first runner-up, in second place is Needle Nose. Needle Nose, I think, was the first figure I got this year. And that's what inspired me to start the YouTube channel, was because how much I loved this figure. And I was not expecting Neonos to be like as good as he was at all. Like, I was shocked at how much I enjoyed this Goober. He comes with like his Target Master guys, and they're a lot more fun than what you think they'd be. And yeah, he was just a lot of fun to play around with this year. And then so the winner of the favorite figure I got this year of 2023 category is Tarn. I mean, it's gotta be Tarn. As soon as I learned about Tarn's existence, God, it had to be like in 2015 or 2016, something like that. I'm like, I need a toy of him now. Like, I just fell in love with the character's design, what he was all about, and I just loved everything about Tarn. And for good 7-8 years, there was no like proper toy representation of that. But then we finally got that in Legacy, and it was everything I would have hoped for. Like, that is my favorite figure I got this year. Now moving on to the 5th category, we have favorite figure I reviewed this year. This doesn't necessarily correspond with like things I got this year. Moreover, just what I reviewed this year. Favorite toys that I reviewed this year. And so for our second runner-up in 3rd place, I have the Quintesson Trooper. I was just like with Neonos, I was so impressed with what that figure was doing. You know, like, I was not expecting to like this thing really as much as I thought I was going to. And then I ended up like playing with this one more than the other 3. And it's just crazy. I did not expect that. For our first runner-up in 2nd place, we have Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw was literally just like a spur-of-the-moment review, because I sort of just picked up the toy again, and I sort of like really falling in love with the toy again, and I'm just like, I could do like a video about this. And it may not be like one of my best performing videos, but it's definitely a video that I feel very proud of still, because I love Buzzsaw. I mean, it's pretty much simple as that. And then so for my favorite figure that I reviewed this year, I mean, for like the winner, I mean, it's gotta be Optimus Primal. I mean, that's like, I even say in the title, the best toy ever made. You know, so like, it sort of had to be that, you know? Sometimes the most obvious ones are the correct answer. That's a good life lesson. But yeah, I just love that toy so much, and I'm so glad I was able to review that thing. Then finally, for our 6th and last category, we have favorite skit of the year. Now, this was sort of hard to sort of gauge what I wanted to talk about, because like, I love all of my skits to some degree. I mean, there's some skits obviously I love more than others, but they're all sort of like my children, you know? Like, that's where I put the most of my mental energy into, is to making a skit. So, it was kind of hard to choose like which one I like more than like the other, because really I think all these can be interchangeable to some degree. So, by the way, if you hear dogs barking, I apologize. So for this category, I have five candidates, I guess. Is that the word? I don't know. Five nominees. There we go. So for our 4th runner-up, we have Lean, Mean, Evil Machine. I just really like how this one came out. It's sort of so simple and incorporates like some a movement here and there, and yeah, I just really like how that one came out. For the 3rd runner-up in 4th place, we have Eye Candy. This I think was the first one where I incorporated like a lot of different characters other than just like whoever's in the review and Tragodon, right? Like, this is sort of my first tap into using multiple characters, and I think that one turned out pretty well. For our 2nd runner-up in 3rd place, we have Painted Black. This one was like very funny, because I literally just had the idea, like, what if like this tiny Nemesis Prime is like Optimus's like a emo son, and so I sort of just go off of that, and I had a really fun time with that. And that's, I think, where was that where Green Turkey came from? I think that's where Green Turkey came from. I think it came from Painted Black. So there's some lore right there. For our first runner-up in second place, we have So Close. Once again, very aptly named. This one may be like some recency bias sort of talking, but I really do enjoy how that one came out with all the camera movements and how I was able to like feel like he was getting arrested like for no reason. But I really enjoyed how that one came out, and that was the most recent skit I made, obviously. So that's very interesting. And for the winner in the favorite skit of the year for 2023 category is Japanese Transformers Are Always a Win. And this one sort of is kind of funny because it's sort of like a meta commentary on like myself. Because a lot of you may not be aware, but Ben Talks Bots was a podcast before it was a YouTube channel. I mean, it was a podcast that maybe lasted like 3 or 4 months, something like that. It was just something for me to pass the time with. But it was quite like, I didn't quite know how to jump into YouTube, like at several points throughout like my online content making career. So this sort of has me reflect back on what I was doing, even though I wasn't really doing a podcast. You know, I was sort of just talking to myself about things in Transformers, or heck, if you want to go back, like just random things during a lockdown, you know. So just to like remake a podcast setting where I get to reference my old podcast in Dracodon, who I carried over from that. It's such a treasure to just be where I am. I guess this just goes as a whole, but this YouTube channel means so much to me. Like, I can't believe I was able to commit to something Transformers related and sort of have an audience who wanted to listen to me. I really appreciate and love you guys for just listening to me talk about like plastic goobers, you know, and hear me do like that stupid voice. And I do hope that in 2024 I do, man, like that's kind of weird to say, but I do hope in 2024 that I get to do lots more content, lots more ranges of content than I've been doing this year. Obviously this is gonna be the last video of the year, you know, because holidays are chaotic, but I do plan to make videos pretty much as soon as I can. Student teaching starting at the end of January and pretty much going up until May. So my time may be stretched a little thin, but I'll figure out something. I may have to go back to the bi-weekly sort of schedule with that, but we'll have to see. But hey, at least I have this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for making 2023 sort of like a special year for me and allowing me to express myself. And I can't wait to see you guys in the new year. So take care. Or wait, what did I say? Have a good one. Yeah, there we go. Sorry.